Hey everyone, Richard Robbins here. Well, the numbers are in for the Toronto Real Estate Board for the month of September. Now here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm going to take you through January through September to show you what's going on this year in terms of sales, months of inventory. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare September of this year to September of last year, and we got some very good news for you when I show you those sales numbers and average price actually. But at the end, what I'm going to do is I've broken down your detached, your townhouses, and also your condo apartments, and I'm going to show you the average price year over year of those three property types for 416 and also for 905, so you can see the difference. So let's have a look. So we're sitting here, you can see January of this year, we started doing 4,000 sales. What happened? Get into the spring, start moving that direction, went to 5,000, went to 7,187, went to 9,042 here, and then May, which was the best month of the year, we did 9,989, almost 10,000 sales. June, we went down to 8,860. You can see July, 8,595, August, 7,711, and now we've picked back up here in September to 78.25. Now, I will say this is a pretty good number compared to a lot of other markets in Canada. A lot of markets in Canada, September was actually lower than it was in August, so you did 1.5% more. Now, we go over here. These are your active listings at the end of the month. So this is at the end of January. You had basically 12,000 listings. Now, if I take the sales, divide that into the listings, that tells me my months of inventory. Months of inventory will always determine price. It doesn't tell you how many sales you're having. It doesn't tell you we're doing more sales than we were 4 years ago. What it tells us is what's happened with our price. 4 to 6 balance, above 6 buyers, below 4 is going to be a seller's market. We started the year at 3 months of inventory. Okay, very strong in terms of price, which means our prices should be rising. Went down to 2.6, 2.2, 2, 2.2 in June, 2.1 in July, 2.1 in August, and 2.2. So look at this. From here, right when we got to March, it was really right around the same, between 2 and 2.2. Now, in terms of pricing, that means we're in a very strong market. It doesn't mean our sales are going crazy, but we are in a very strong market, which means we started at 748. Right now we're at 843, so our prices are rising. Also, days in market should be dropping, 33 down to 23. What about September of 18 to September of 19? Look at this, 6,414 sales. Went up to 78.25. That's an increase of 22%. What a beautiful number. What about average price? $797 last September, $843 this September, up by 5.8%. Really healthy. Now, I understand we're still not doing the amount of sales we were doing, say, 2015. I get that. But 2015, year-over-year prices were increasing by what? 18, 20, 22%, which in all fairness is unsustainable for a long period of time because houses become affordable. And you've heard the saying, what goes up fast, probably what? Is going to come down fast. So I look at all of this, and this is all very, very, very good news. So what do we think is going to happen? If we look at 2017, this is months of inventory graphed per month. We started at 1 month of inventory. You probably remember March was unbelievable, crazy. We went down below a month of inventory, below in March. And then we went just up here, and then we kept going up. We got the foreign buyer tax, brought us all the way up here. You can see right here, we're sitting up well over 3 months of inventory. Then we came down, and we ended at 2.7. That was 2017. So let's look at 2018. We started at 3. Okay, went down, that's the yellow line. We were balancing out, went up a little bit, and we ended at 3 months of inventory. What about this year? We started at 3, and look at the line. Which way is the line going? Pretty steadily, right? Balanced out a little bit. But if we look at the months of inventory compared to 2018, the line's up here, we're down here. Okay, last month here, the month before. So you can see what's going on is what's happening is our market overall is definitely starting to strengthen now, and you're going to see prices start to rise probably a little bit quicker because our months of inventory is so low. So saying that, what's happened with prices? So if we take a look, and let's start with 416. We've got detached, we've got semi-detached, we've got condo towns, okay, townhouses and condo apartments. So if you look at detached, they went up by 1.4% from September of last year to September of this year, 1.34 to 1.36. What happened? Semi-detached went from 996, okay, to over $1 million, up by 7%, fairly big number. Condo townhouses up by 5.7%. We're now at 786. Okay, and you look at condo apartments to 637, which is up by 3.4%. Now, this is all very good, but I want you to remember these numbers. Detached 1.4, okay? You can see the townhouse is 7.3, and then we're sitting here 5 and with 3. Compare it to 905. Look at 905. So if we go back, we're up by 1.4% in 416. We're up by 4.5% in the 905. Now, that's 946, okay? But down, in the 416 is 1.36. So again, if we look at what's going on, 416 average price is just over $1 million, went up by 7.3 for semis. Here we went up by 4.2, not as much, and 690. Okay, if we look at 905, 640 was the average price, went up by 6.5. We went up by 5.7. You can see it's quite a bit more at 786. 416, we're sitting here at 637, went up by 3.4, and of course we're 497 in the 905, substantially lower, but look at it, it's up by 9.2%. I'll tell you right now, the condo market in the 905 is very hot. It's moving very, very well. So overall, what is my prediction? First of all, the market is definitely moving the right way. Right now, our sales are starting to increase. Our months of inventory is lower than it was last year, which is all good news, and we're seeing our prices start to increase. What do I think we'll see for the rest of the year? More of the same. But again, we got to be realistic. If we go back to 2015, 14, those years when it was crazy, our sales are still less than they were back then. So again, our pie used to be this big. Now our pie is only this big. So we do have a smaller pie. However, right now we have a very, very, very healthy market. But when your pie was this big, maybe as a sales professional, you could be more of an order taker, right? Buyers are motivated on their own. Wasn't hard to sell a house. Well, guess what? Now it's a little different. Now what we have to do is be a skilled salesperson. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Enjoy the rest of the year because I think you got a good year in front of you. And remember, everybody, it's a beautiful life. Make it count.